pleasure to welcome you all to this event on the analysis of the Union Budget 2019 being organized by the ICAI Abudhabi chapter in association with the Indian Business and Professional Group and Z International. This event will focus on investments, Indian market trends, analyzing opportunities and gains of the Union Budget 2019 presented on 1st February by Finance Minister C.A. Piyush Goyal. At the onset, we will be showcasing special messages delivered by Shri Suresh Prabhu, Minister of Commerce and Industry, and Shri Nitin Gadkari, Minister of Road Transport and Highways of India. This will be followed by 2 sessions by Mr. T.V. Singh, Executive Director and Chief Marketing Officer, SBI Mutual Fund, and Ms. Sohini Andani, Vice President and Senior Fund Manager, also SBI Mutual Fund, who will address us on the key features of the Union Budget. Also scheduled for this evening is a panel discussion with eminent panelists, namely Mr. B.N. Board of Direct Taxes, Professor Aman Agarwal, Vice Chairman, Indian Institute of Finance, Mr. Satyanarayana Shukla, Chief Economist, Mahindra & Mahindra, and C.A. Neeraj Vitoria, Vice Chairman of our Abudhabi chapter. The session will be moderated by Mr. Vivek Law, Founder, CEO, and Editor-in-Chief, The Money Mine. Now some administrative instructions. Hope all chapter members have signed up at the registration desk. If not, kindly do so that the CPE credit can be applied. Request all of you to please keep your mobiles on silent mode for better listening. I now call upon our chapter chairman, C.A. Ashish Bhandari, for his welcome address. Thank you.
Yeah, being an interim budget and being an election year, they have given what the best they can. The finance manager could have given. Regarding NRIs, this is a good budget because if they want to go back home and start something of their own, they can. There's lot of benefits for the startup investments. Also, I can think the two-house scheme will also benefit for those NRIs who have a good number of properties back home in India, especially getting benefits out of both homes.
Thank you very much, Shilpa. Speakers of the day, past chairman, members of IBPG, team from Z Corporation, fellow members, invitees, guests, my team at ICAI Abudhabi chapter, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The simplest definition of a budget is telling your money where to go. William Feather once said, a budget tells us what we can't afford, but doesn't keep us from buying it. We are moving towards realizing a new India by 2022, when we will celebrate 75 years of Indian independence. An India which is clean and healthy, where everybody would have a house with universal access to toilets, water and electricity, where farmers' income would be doubled, youth and women would get ample opportunities to fulfill their dreams. These are the targets of the Indian government, as confirmed by Interim Finance Minister C.A. Piyush Goyal when he tabled in Parliament the last budget of the Modi government on 1st February 2019 ahead of the May general elections. He was of the view that the government has broken the back of the back-breaking inflation. To know how much of that is true and how much of it is due to upcoming elections, we are fortunate to have amongst us renowned speakers who will take us through the budget and what is in store for us. We are an excellent group of panelists which will make the session very interesting. On the chapter front, the chapter was presented the best chapter award, second place in category 1.
This budget, what we have seen that first of all it is presented first time by the finance professional who happens to be from our CA fraternity, and we are very happy and proud about it. And secondly, what we have observed is that this budget for the first time has looked into giving a fixed amount of 6,000 rupees to a farmer. Although I believe that 6,000 rupees is not going to add much of a value to farmer's life. But with this 75,000 crore allocation towards this figure, towards this purpose, will add a lot of money to the economy. And once this money comes into the economy, the spending will come up, the consumption will go up, production will go up. So that is what is required at this point in time. For NRIs, I don't think there is much in this budget, except for one positive thing. What I feel is that this time there is a proposal to make electronic assessment of the tax return. A lot of NRIs don't file their return just to avoid this hassle with the tax authorities. Once this comes up in a full form, probably a lot of NRIs with minor refunds will start filing tax returns. So apart from that, there is some benefit on owning a second house, renting it out, which is okay. I mean, not majorly specific beneficial for NRIs, but this may add some benefit to them. Amongst the women, this budget also covers that all those SMEs led by women will have certain kind of reservation in government supplies. So when there is a government supplies, there is some allocation which has to be purchased through SMEs owned by women. So overall, I would say the budget is well captured amongst the middle class and the lower income group. On the upper income group, I mean, at this point in time, there is no need to give an exemption or something which properly is taken care of.
IPBG has been doing several events over the past 3 years. In fact, we've done close to 45 events in the last 3 years. And that's completely transforming Indian Business Profession Group as an organization. In fact, in 2019, this is our 5th event. We had the pleasure of hosting Rahul Gandhi along with his delegation in early January, and ICI was also a part of that event where I saw a large number of members from ICI. We had the Republic Day event where we partnered with the embassy to promote Khadi outside India. We also had an event with the Women's General Union of UAE, supported by Sheikha Fatima. We had very recently Nobel Peace Laureate, none other than Kailash Satyarthi, where we had an event again with ICI at the Indian Embassy. And this is our 5th event which we are partnering with ICI. Rather 3 events with ICI this year and the 5th event for IPBG. And on 15th of March, we have Holi, where we expect 4,000 to 5,000 people to celebrate with all of us. And ICI is also one of the bodies that is joining IPBG in terms of bringing Holi to Abu Dhabi. Coming to the Indian budget, this was something quite anticipated, and we weren't sure what the Modi government was going to do. Would it break some protocols in terms of announcing some songs just before the election, or would they stick to what they were expected to do? The middle class person, the person who was earning something in the range of 5 lakhs, who suffered quite a lot in the last few years in terms of the interest rates, be it some fixed deposits which they were looking at in terms of source of income. So it was expected that the government would provide some relief. Of course, Arun Jaitley in his previous budgets was looking at fiscal prudence and looking at that overall amount. You know, he was running on a tightrope. So it was interesting to see what Piyush Goyal would do. And in fact, the increase of the tax exemption to 5 lakh rupees was something which was very well welcomed from a middle class perspective, the salaried man. Along with a few other exemptions which he gave, it is expected that about 3 crore Indian taxpayers would benefit. And this would go in a long way, particularly to help the current government assuage some of the issues of the past in terms of demonetization as well as the impact of GST to the common man.
Yeah, so I think it's been a very interesting budget this time, especially it is coming just before the elections. And for the NRIs specifically, if you see a couple of things. One is the tax rates that they've spoken about. Many of the NRIs, especially which are in the middle class average category, their income in India would not exceed 5 lakhs. And all of us do file our income tax returns and things like that. So if we fall in that category, our income would become non-taxable because of the specific relief that has been given for income below 5 lakhs. So most average NRIs would fall under that category, and we would see a big benefit on that. Second is you find most NRIs investing in housing property in India. So if you were to sell one housing property and invest in another one, now the advantage has been given that we can invest in 2 home properties, and one-time benefit has been given. So that will affect in a nice manner, because we'll be able to reinvest, and probably that may give us a tax relief, as well as it will give some fillip to the real estate sector. From the elections point of view, I think NRIs might be able to vote this time, because proxy voting has been allowed in India, and we are working on the scheme for that, how we can do it, working through the embassy. And if that happens, I think that will be a great move if we can vote. And because this election, most of the NRIs that are here support the current government and the economic policies and the infrastructure related growth policies which are there. Even UAE in a big manner is now reinvesting into India, which had stopped for some time back. So as NRIs, we play a very crucial role for investments which go into India. And we feel that more investments will go into India, and as ICAI and IBPG, we are going to play an important role in channeling that investment into India.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to talk about the union budget. I will leave it to the eminent panelists and the other guest speakers to talk about it. I'm here to speak more about the partnership. I'd like to thank the chairman of ICI Abudhabi, Mr. Badari, the vice chairman, Mr. Meeraj, the eminent panelists and other distinguished guests who have agreed to be part of this union budget event. On behalf of Z International, I would like to welcome you all to the first edition of Z International and ICI Abu Dhabi chapter Union Budget Address 2019. Z International, ladies and gentlemen, with about 39 channels internationally and about 120,000 hours plus of content, has been in the forefront of providing quality content to all the international markets. I would like to offer a brief glimpse about what we do internationally by way of this AV which will play. So kindly bear with us.
I think when talking about what has been said in the budget is not as important as what is not written in the budget and what is the intent of the budget. Honestly speaking, the budget has been drafted and executed in such an intelligent manner that I have not seen such an intelligent draft ever earlier. See, today we are talking about, even when Mr. Chairman was talking, he was talking about that it will give benefit to the salaried class, taking 5 lakh rupees income exemption will have more to the salaried class. What I see is, when my perspective is a little different, in addition to what he has done, what the budget has done, most of the youth who get their first job, they are into this category, up to 5-6 lakhs of salary. 90% of youth are there. So it's not only targeted towards that, it's targeted towards youth. More youth will be very, very happy that they are out of the tax to start with. Otherwise, the minimum salary is 4 lakhs, 3 to 4 lakhs, and then to start with they get into the tax bracket. And second most important part is that when we are talking about 3 crore taxpayers will get benefited, almost 1.5 crores of those are the traders, small traders. And you know, with the help and advice of all chartered accountant fraternity, and 1.5 to 2 crores returns are filed with 3 crores, 3 lakhs of income, right? But now this 1.5 crore returns will be with 6 lakh of income. You know how much difference it will make. You know, and for making another 3 lakhs, what will happen? You have to issue bills for another 30 lakhs, taking 10% as margin. Just do the math yourself. 1.5 crore people doing minimum 30 lakh rupees extra and paying GST on that. What will be the amount? And my back of the envelope calculation is this is going to be at least 20 to 30,000 crore rupees per month. So 1 lakh 2,000 crore, 1 lakh 5,000 crore will grow by 20,000 crore per month. This is unsaid. This is something which has not been said in the budget, but this is going to be the result. This just making it. They must have lost maximum how much? Not even 500 to 600 crore rupees. As well, because in this bracket the revenue is very less, but the benefit is huge.
Budget is where some of the financial decisions are also taken, which enhances kind of a long-term policy framework of the government. So overall, I mean, my sense is that there is in last few years the government has tried to lay the path for the long-term growth for India, and I think the biggest change is that the overall policy framework has got more long-term vision that what is good for India for a decade, next decade and so and so. And the policies that they have been doing it is with that thing in mind. Of course, there is a big need to do a lot of things with the limited balance sheet that the government has. It has tried to address few areas, and on the infra side, we've seen a major work being done on the boosting the transportation network in the country. And basically, I think the importance of roads, which has been, where the bigger work has been done, is connecting the villages with the larger city, which helps in generating much more employment opportunities outside of agriculture, and that gives a boost to the rural economy apart from anything else.
Prior to joining the Mahindra Group, he was associated with Axis Capital as Chief Economist. He has a PhD in Financial Economics from Birla Institute of Technology and postgraduate qualification in Finance and Economics from the University of Mumbai. He's been part of the Planning Commission World Bank Study Maharashtra Development Report as an external expert and is associated with CII, FICCI as well as BCCI economic subcommittees. He's authored a book on macroeconomics for BMS course of University of Mumbai and several research papers, and is a key participant in the seminars and conferences. We have great privilege and pleasure having him. Our third panel speaker is Mr. Aman Agrawal. Aman is a professor of finance and director at Indian Institute of Finance and an executive editor of Finance India. He has studied at illustrious institutions like Delhi University, Indian Institute of Finance, London School of Economics, and Columbia University. He's had a short stint at the World Bank in Washington, D.C., USA. He has published many research papers worldwide and has appeared in TV, newspapers, and radio interviews as an economic expert.
Well, you've heard quite a bit about the budget already. You've got a lineup of great eminent panelists here who are going to talk a little bit more about that. But just a quick perspective from my side. Having worked a lot in the space of personal finance, in the space of personal investment, I think at the end of the day, while many of you advise a lot of people or you advise companies, but there's also something that you've got to look out for, which is your own wealth. I think as far as this budget is concerned, the expectation was that it's going to be an interim budget. It will be a vote on account, as is the convention. But it looks like it was a full-fledged budget with the kind of announcements that were made. There was a vision roadmap. There was a past 5-year achievement list that was put out as well. But more importantly, there were certain measures, especially for the individual taxpayers, especially for even NRIs when it comes to the capital gains on housing, the notional rent issue, which many of you have grappled with. There was also a very interesting and important point. Let's hope that this government, if it comes back to power, or any other government which comes to power, walks the tightrope on that, which is about making life easier in dealing with the tax department. The whole point that was made that you will not even need to have a physical interaction. That I think is very, very important. In conversations that I've had over the last 2 days with a lot of you, I think the whole aspect of me being summoned or called for some withholding tax not having been paid, or some kind of an assessment being done, and then you have to go from here back to that country, not necessarily be treated that well. I know Mr. B.M. Singh is here, who is a veteran taxpayer, but tax administrator, but I think even today, the tax department has a long way to go in the way it conducts itself. We've just started seeing this whole angel tax issue playing out, which is terrible. And you know, one arm of the government says start up India, the other arm stands and says, okay, I'm going to take away your money from your bank account. No less, I'm going to sweep it away from your bank account if you've got an angel tax.
The budget, as expected before the election, was a populist budget with a lot of support to farmers, to women-led and entrepreneurs, to middle class, to workmen. The budget laid emphasis on various sectors: upliftment of the poor and backward classes, cleanliness, the electric motor, the cleaning of the rivers, steps against corruption, farmers' progress, workers' dignity, women-led development, MSME, national security, defense, and overall development. Although there was a lot of shocks, but the prudence was contained by having a fiscal deficit of only 3.4%. The remarkable announcement was, first of all, everyone expected that there will be a change in the slab rate or the limit will be raised. But somehow, our finance minister very cleverly made a tax liability for up to taxable income of 500,000 as zero. And at the same time, retained the tax liability for a higher income. That, I believe, is a very smart move from the finance minister. The standard deduction increase from 40 to 50,000 is again a good move. For NRIs, I believe the proposal of electronic assessment of tax return is a very good move. I believe that a lot of NRIs who don't file a return for some minor refund is because just to avoid the hassle dealing with tax authorities. Going forward, when this is implemented, I think a lot of NRIs with still minor refunds will start filing the return. The statement from the finance minister: the job seekers are now job creators. There was a huge applause in the parliament when this statement was given. I personally think that there is a lot to do on the job scenario. There is a lot of jobs to be created. There are still a lot of people who are unemployed in India. So that is one area which maybe our eminent panelists could throw light upon. MSME and traders, 2% subvention on interest. That is again a good move which will develop the SME segment. There is again a kind of a reservation where sourcing government supplies will be reserved for SMEs and women-led SMEs. This is very important. I mean, the woman empowerment is really empowered here, is given here in this budget.
And it has really been a very pleasant experience coming here all the way. Everything in one's life is an experience worth evaluating and worth dwelling on. I was so impressed with the kind of infrastructure, the kind of roads, the kind of markets, the malls, and just the kind of feel-good feeling people have. And it is a country which has, I think, 80% expatriates working here. And it seems to be a country where nothing could go wrong with such an atmosphere. Anyway, not taking too much of your time on that, I must say that this was an interim budget with a 10-year vision. As you saw the 10-year vision of the FM, he's a very smart man, as you said, one of your community, very good at presentation and very good at implementing things, and he's one of the stars of the cabinet.
This government has brought honor to every citizen of this country, whether in the country or overseas, within the first quarter of their existence into the government. You'll be surprised. Mr. Modi went around. He came to UAE as well. He did diaspora with warm arms. He went to the United States, he went to Australia, he went to different parts of the world. He collected about $18 billion from China, Japan, US, UAE, and a couple of other countries. In a span of 2 months, to be invested into the Indian economy within a span of 3 years in infrastructure framework. But this presentation which we did in different parts of the world, Indians who are contributing to about certain countries to 50% of their GDP growth, both in professional and industrial frameworks, would never be recognized and respected the way they are today.
The other creative bit was they actually said that we will forego the temptation of sharing this with states. As you know, agriculture is a state subject, and by keeping the bill on the fiscal or the central balance sheet, what they've done is they've just avoided issues of getting into conflicts with state governments. Certain state governments could have then said, we don't have the records, or we do not really have the wherewithal to roll this out. So by doing these things, they've actually ensured that this can be quickly rolled out. The other bit is this is almost a please all budget. They've actually reached out to farmers who are in crying need of some money. I mean, PNL has been actually impacted. What they've also done is try to reach out to the middle class. I will not go through the details already. A lot of things have been spoken about it. And also the MSME and the unorganized sector. The last standout feature I want to highlight is it's almost historic. Why do I say historic? Simply because whatever farm-related measures have been introduced in view of farm distress, they have always tried to address the farmer's balance sheet and not the P&L. A couple of things that we need to understand here, just to put these numbers into perspective. When you talk about doubling, they are typically referring about the nominal GDP growth. What it means is you're growing at say 7%. Inflation is about 4% right now. The budget is estimated 11.5% nominal growth for FY20. If I use the rule of 72, it essentially means the nominal GDP should be doubling in 6-7 years. And therefore, what the government says in terms of $5 trillion economy, they're referring essentially to nominal GDP growth. It is doable in the next 6-7 years. And I think the story will continue. The point is there is another variable, which is the US dollar INR rate. Because it is expressed in terms of dollars, if the dollar or the rupee movement is adverse, these numbers can change. We need to understand that as well.
For NRIs, what I believe is most of the NRIs want to do investment in India. I mean, we are still very much connected to our motherland, and whenever there is an opportunity, we would like to await that. In this project, probably I don't think people are expecting anything major for NRIs, but going forward, we definitely look for an opportunity where we can invest into various sectors in India, and that is what